Whole melons, including cantaloupe, honeydew, and watermelon, are fruits that benefit greatly from being stored outside the refrigerator until they are cut. From a positive perspective, keeping melons whole at room temperature allows them to preserve their natural flavor, aroma, and internal balance, resulting in a more satisfying and refreshing eating experience. Although refrigeration is useful once melons are sliced, chilling whole melons too early often dulls the very qualities that make them enjoyable. When whole melons are stored at room temperature, their internal chemistry remains stable. The sugars, organic acids, and aromatic compounds that give melons their characteristic sweetness and fragrance are better preserved in moderate conditions. Cold storage can suppress or mute these volatile aroma compounds, especially in cantaloupe and honeydew, where fragrance plays a major role in perceived flavor. A melon that ripens and rests at room temperature often has a fuller scent and a richer taste when cut open, signaling proper maturity and freshness. Texture also benefits from room temperature storage. Whole melons have thick rinds that naturally protect the flesh inside, acting as a built-in barrier against dehydration and spoilage. When stored outside the fridge, this protective structure helps maintain juiciness and crispness. Refrigeration, on the other hand, can subtly alter moisture distribution, sometimes leading to flesh that feels less vibrant or slightly watery. Allowing the melon to remain whole and unrefrigerated helps preserve the clean snap of watermelon and the tender firmness of cantaloupe flesh. Flavor development is another important advantage. While most melons do not ripen significantly after harvest in the way peaches or plums do, their flavor can still mellow and become more harmonious when held at room temperature. The balance between sweetness and freshness remains more intact, and the melon tastes brighter and more expressive when finally cut. Cold storage too early can make melons taste bland, even if their sugar content has not technically changed, because aroma suppression greatly affects how sweetness is perceived. From a culinary perspective, properly stored whole melons are more rewarding to use. Their aroma is more noticeable when cut, and their flesh is better suited for fresh eating, fruit salads, and simple preparations where the melon itself is meant to shine. This natural flavor intensity often eliminates the need for added sugar or heavy flavoring, supporting cleaner and more refreshing dishes. There are also practical and nutritional benefits. Whole melons stored at room temperature are less prone to condensation on the rind, which can otherwise transfer moisture and microbes to the flesh when cutting. Keeping melons whole and dry until use helps maintain cleanliness and freshness. Once sliced, refrigeration becomes essential to slow spoilage and protect food safety, but delaying this step until just before eating maximizes both quality and enjoyment. Another positive outcome is reduced waste. Whole melons kept outside the fridge are easier to manage and take up less cold storage space, and they are less likely to be forgotten or left to deteriorate unnoticed. Cutting melons only when needed encourages intentional use and ensures that each serving is as fresh and flavorful as possible. On a broader level, storing whole melons at room temperature reflects an understanding of how these fruits are designed to be enjoyed. Their thick rinds, high water content, and aromatic flesh all point to a food meant to be cut fresh and eaten soon after. By resisting the urge to refrigerate whole melons prematurely and slicing them only just before eating, their sweetness, aroma, and refreshing quality are preserved, turning a simple fruit into a vibrant and satisfying experience.